it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about perfumes. I just ordered 7 perfumes from Perfume Parlour, which is a UK based website, and that website does duplicate fragrances, so you can search for your favorite fragrance and you can see if they have something similar. The prices are very reasonable, but you do have to pay for a good amount of shipping if you're going to ship to the US, but I ordered 7 fragrances for about 61 pounds and I paid 20 pounds in shipping, so my total in dollars was 80 pounds, which turned out to be about $100 US. But $100 for that many fragrances, it's still pretty good to me, and I can't really afford to buy all Tom Ford private blend fragrances, so this gives me a good opportunity to try some of that stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have the real thing for all of these, of course, obviously, otherwise I would not buy the duplicates really at all, but I just want to give you my thoughts, and maybe you have purchased from Perfume Parlour before, so you can tell me some of your favorites. But let's get started. So I want to show you the package it came in. Paying 20 bucks, you know, isn't the best, or actually it's more than that in the US. You know, to pay for shipping, and it did come within a week. So it wasn't like the fastest shipping, but you know, you're getting fragrances, so they have to be careful about how they ship. But it comes in this package with Fragile all over it. This is from Perfume Parlour, so you can see what you're getting in case you do order something. So I'm gonna open this up and show you what I got. All right, I opened up my box. Everything is here. Everything is in good shape. Nothing leaked, nothing broke. It was packed in these like foam peanuts, actually lots of them, and everything arrived pretty quickly, as I said, within a week, you know, considering that it was a fragrance and it came from the UK. I had to spend a pretty penny, but I'm pretty happy with what arrived. Just to give you an idea, these are what the bottles look like. And these are all 30 milliliters. They don't say that on the bottle, unfortunately, but looking at my order, I got all 30 milliliter size just because I wanted a good amount of product to be able to spray it freely, test it, use it, wear it without having to like kind of save these fragrances. And because I was spending so much on shipping, it made sense that I got more of a substantial amount. At least that's my thoughts. In the future, I don't know, if I don't like these, I probably won't order from this company again, but if I do like them, I may consider getting a smaller size, especially if it turns out I don't like a lot of these. You know, that might be the smarter route, is to get something small, and if you like it, buy the bigger one. But I just went ahead and bought the somewhat larger size. This isn't the larger size that they have. This isn't the largest size that they have, but it's not the smallest either. You can certainly get very small samples of any of their perfumes. I definitely can smell some of them without even opening them, I'll just tell you that. So that's probably a good sign that they are strong. But yeah, the bottle's really simple. It's glass. It has a spray nozzle. So, I mean, even though it's not the most exciting looking, it's what's on the inside that counts. And I mean, I'm impressed so far. These look pretty nice. And yeah, so my collection, I've really always wanted to try and collect Tom Ford fragrances, but I haven't really done so. I have one fragrance from Tom Ford, and I got it because both me and my boyfriend liked the smell of it, and I was in Nordstrom, just kind of hanging out by the Tom Ford perfume counter. Nobody was really around, and I just wanted to try some random fragrances, and we both really like tobacco vanilla, and I actually have a really small size of this. This is only 10 milliliters. this is 30 to give you a comparison. I have it in this nice little sprayer container, and I got this from Sephora. I really love the smell of it. I haven't used much of it because I'm just trying to save it, so that's why I wanted to get the bigger bottles. The smartest thing for me to have done was to buy the dupe of this, but I figured I already have it. Why am I going to buy the dupe of it? I have the sample of Tom Ford Oud Wood, and I bought the duplicate version, similar version of it, so at least I have that to compare to. Otherwise, I wish I could really compare side by side for you. Oh well, I'm just kind of reviewing my first purchase from this website. So let's get started. I want to show you what I bought. So I'm going to start with the fruitier, lighter fragrances, and we're going to move into the more heavy ones. I bought 3 sort of light, fruitier fragrances. And so let's start with Italian Fruit 1134, and this is the duplicate for Mandarino de Amalfi. And so these are going to be all Tom Ford private blend. So Mandarino de Amalfi, I got this, a lot of these fragrances based on the influence of watching other YouTubers talk about Tom Ford private blends. And the main reason I bought from this website is from Fragmental, and he is a UK based fragrance channel, and he mentioned the website restocking and all of his like favorite duplicate perfumes from this company, and he mentioned a lot of Tom Ford, so I was like, got really excited, and I saw how cheap everything was. And even with shipping, I mean, I'm gonna get to try so many duplicates for like a fraction of the cost of one of Tom Ford's private blend fragrances. I know that the costs vary, but some of them are $300, $400 and up. So I figured, you know, I'll just take a risk and try this company. Anyways, Italian Fruit was one of the ones that he recommended. I believe this is the one. If it wasn't him, it was somebody else. But I've heard good things about the Mandarin de Amalfi fragrance. So I cut up pieces of paper. We're gonna spray it. I know this isn't like the proper way to do it. Usually the paper's like thicker. But I want to smell it just on paper, and then I'll try smelling it on myself and let you know my thoughts. I'm not the best describer of fragrances, but I can tell you if I like it or not and if it's nice. So we're gonna go ahead and try this one out. I'm a little scared. I think it's interesting that this is yellow in color for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe you guys can tell me that you know. Those of you that know more about this, I will say that it does say it contains allergen. It's best before 12/24. So this is supposed to last like 3.5 years, 4 years. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and spray. Just two sprays for good measure. I'll let it sit for a second. Nice and light. It's not, it's very citrusy, it's not very heavy, and it's not very strong. It's nice. It just smells like oranges. It's hard for me to like say, oh, is this close to the real thing? Because I don't know, but it's not a bad fragrance. I just don't know how long it's gonna last because it's not. It's very airy and light, not very heavy, but there is some sort of sophistication behind it. It's not just fruit, but there's something else going on there. I'm gonna like let that sit for a second, and then I'm gonna spray this on my skin. The first notes are very citrus. It's smelling a bit stronger on my skin versus, I mean, it's nice. It's a little bit soapy on my skin. It smells like there's like a citrus cleaner to remove stickers that's popular in the US. I forget the name of it, but it's very citrus based. It's an oil, it's yellow. You put it on like sticker residue, glue residue, and it removes it. That's what it smells like, very similarly to me. Just the undertones smell very soap-like. I mean, it's nice. I could see going to the beach, at the water in the summer. I could see why people may like this. I don't think this is gonna be my favorite. It certainly smells a bit better on the skin, but I'm just smelling a lot of soap and citrus now that it's dried down. So sorry, Mandarino di Amalfi. This doesn't quite do it for me. Italian fruit, 1134. You know, unfortunately, like going through this whole experience with you, if something smells good in this duplicate version, it's gonna encourage me to buy the real thing. But if it doesn't smell good, I'm not gonna be encouraged to buy it. But I will, if I have the opportunity to go to a store again and try things. I'm not afraid to try stuff. It's just when I am, you know, in a store, I can feel very overwhelmed and like smelling a lot of different perfumes at one time. I just get like, which one do I like? I don't remember which one is which. You know, when you're smelling all the fragrance cards, it can be tough. And it's almost like, well, the last one that smelled good to me was the last one that I would be the one I would buy, because I remember I like that one and that was the last one I tried. So this is a good way to try perfume. It's just, if you don't like something, it can be kind of wasteful. Alright, next one we're gonna go with in the fruity lineup is Plum Japonais, or this brand calls it Fruit Nippon 1957. What's great about this brand, I forgot to mention, is everything has a number attached to it, so it's really easy to search what you're looking for. So this is 1957, Plum Japonais. I've heard a lot of good things about this particular fragrance, so I have really high hopes. At least in the Tom Ford spectrum. I don't know how good this one is, but we shall see. Woo! This is a different one. I'm getting a more complex scent with this one. It definitely smells more in the Oriental family. Definitely has some spicy notes to it. At first it smelled a little bit fruity, but now I'm getting a whole lot of spice. This one smells really good, actually. I like this one a lot better. So I think you can tell kind of right away whether you like something. This smells more Tom Ford to me, especially with the spiciness to it. It smells a little sophisticated, kind of like for a date night, an evening scent. I mean, I have no idea if this smells the same as the real Tom Ford, but this definitely smells really good. Fruit Nippon, I like that one so far. I'm gonna try this one on my skin. Just one spray. A lot of alcohol right there. I smell like winter fruit, like a cranberry or something you would put in a warm drink that goes with a warm spice drink. Yeah, Oriental, spicy. This one smells similar to the paper as on my skin. This smells like more of a stronger scent. It smells like it's gonna last a little bit longer, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say this is very fruit forward. I would say it's more Oriental spice forward than anything else. It's really a beautiful scent. It's gonna be hard to compete with Fruit Nippon 1957. And next fruit we have is Lost Cherry Duplicate, and they are calling this Astray Fruit 1947. I don't know how they come up with these names. Oh, I think Nippon. I know there's a Nippon airline for Japan that I've actually taken. So maybe Nippon needs something in Japanese. So that makes sense. Italian fruit makes sense. I think subtly all these names make sense to try to relate to the real thing. Alright, so I'm just kind of wiping off with a towel all those fragrances so I can respray. So I can respray. I've kind of wiped down my wrists. So last cherry, I've heard a lot of good things about this fragrance. So this one, interestingly enough, is kind of a gold, yellow, orange color, which is different than all the other ones I bought. Astray fruit. I guess cherries are astray. Oh wow. The initial scent smells like artificial cherry extract. If you've ever baked with cherry extract before, you're gonna recognize this scent right away. It also smells like cherry almond. There's a lot of Bath and Body products, lotions out there, shampoos that have that cherry almond scent, and this smells very similar. It's kind of disappointing because I want something more complex than something I can get in a baked good. I know that sounds snotty, but it's almost too cherry. I try to, you know, if you're a believer in like reviews, online reviews, not all of these had a ton of reviews, and I didn't see too many bad reviews, but there wasn't really enough to go off of to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna get that one. So I think for a lot of people, they would probably comment that I'm smelling is what they're smelling, which is very artificial. It definitely seems to be, as it's drying down, it's losing that cherry scent. I'm gonna try this on my wrist. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of artificialness still. That cherry smell seems to evaporate pretty quickly, and I'm getting more like that almond scent. It's not bad, it's just not complex. Like the smell is just cherry and almond, and for me, I thought it was gonna be better. I'll of course have to try the real thing, but this duplicate, I mean, if this is what the real thing smells like, I'm glad I didn't try to buy it. Now that it's dried down, it's not a super strong scent. It's not bad. It's definitely still has a little bit of a fruity note. It's just, I don't know, maybe cherry isn't my thing. It just smells like an artificial baked good essence extract. That's disappointing. So 2 out of 3, not so much my favorite, which I think is probably to be expected. So we're gonna move into more of our, I don't know, more deeper notes, woodier notes, and we're moving away from the fruit. So let's start with Oud Wood. So this is called Agar Gold 0038, and online it says this is the stronger version. I know Tom Ford has a couple of versions of Oud Wood. I don't know why this website has a stronger version in the description, but that's what it says. Oh, see, it says SV. So I don't know if I got the right one. If the weaker version is closer to Oud Wood. Good thing is that I actually have the real thing here to compare. So Agar Gold SV. I don't know what Agar means. Maybe it means oud. The color of the fragrance is like light gold. My arms are rinsed. We're gonna spray the paper with Agar Gold, aka Oud Wood. I'm actually gonna spray the bottom half of the real thing, and we are gonna compare. It smells very masculine. It smells a bit dirtier, if that makes sense, than the real thing. Oh, that's gonna be tough for me to do. Yeah, I feel like the real thing has components that are a bit lighter on the nose than the Agar Gold. Interesting. They are similar, I will give it that. So that gives me trust that the stuff actually does this brand actually does a good job at copying. But they're not exactly the same. I say they have similar notes, but they're not quite there. The Agar Gold has faded more quickly than the Oud would. Okay, well, I'm gonna spray my wrists. So Agar Gold is gonna be on this side, and Oud Wood is gonna be on this side. I have a difficult time spraying these tiny things. Alright, so first initial impression, I'm getting some spice in this one and this one. I'm not getting as much oud. It smells like dirt though, like a rich soil. If you've ever smelled like rich, deep, dark brown soil, it smells like that to me. Where I'm definitely getting more complexity and more lighter notes. Not that this is a light fragrance, just comparing the two. The Oud Wood has some other qualities, positive qualities to it. I mean, I like Oud Wood, it's really nice. I'd say this one is close, but yeah, I'm getting an overwhelming like dirt smell. But it's not like, oh, I don't want dirt on me. It's just a little bit deeper and darker, but it's not bad. I think men would like this. If you're a woman and you love Oud Wood and you really know that fragrance, you may not love this just because of the dirtier elements to it, like literal dirt. It's not bad though, it's definitely on the more masculine side, which I don't mind, you know, personally. Keeping on the oud path, we are gonna do Oud Minerale, and I've heard sort of mixed reviews just in general about Oud Minerale from Tom Ford. Some people really love it and some people don't get it, they don't like it. I've heard it's kind of salty. But I know one beauty YouTuber that absolutely loves it. She's a bit on the edgier side, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But she's a big fan of Oud Minerale, so I really wanted to try it because of her. So what Perfume Parlour calls Oud Minerale is Wood Substance 1810. I don't see how that relates to Oud Minerale, but okay. Let's see, so I'm gonna spray. Again, hard for me to tell, like, oh, does this really smell like it? But I've heard the real thing is salty, or like the sea. So I'm a little skeptical if I'm gonna like this. Oh, okay, this is nice. It's definitely not like the one we just tried, Oud Wood. I get the ocean reference. People have said this smells like oysters, very briny, like a brine of an olive, or that oceany brine smell you get with oysters. I totally smell that with this, so this makes me think that this smells somewhat similar to the real thing. I actually don't mind this one. It reminds me of like a masculine, fresh, sort of water-oriented scent. I know this doesn't smell like Aqua de Jo, but it reminds me of being somewhat related to that family. Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely different from the ones that I've tried so far, very different. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's definitely in that fresher feel, ocean feel. I'm gonna try this on my skin. Yeah, when it's wet, you get that kind of like olive martini kind of a smell. It's nice. It's a little more complex. I'm getting a lot of good positive notes out of this one versus the oud wood where I just smelled a lot of dirt. This one is a step up, an improvement for me and my taste personally. I really like it. It's nice, it's fresh, but it has that depth to it. It's not just it doesn't, at least to me in my impression, it just seems like it's gonna last and not just float away with the wind. Nice, very nice. I like it on my skin. I'm gonna have to like let you guys know if you guys have questions. If you are curious about a particular one, ask me how long it lasts and I will test them out and let you know. I'm not like wearing a lot of perfume these days because I'm just at home mostly. Moving on, we have two left. We have Black Extreme, which is the dupe for Noir de Noir, which I've heard good things about, at least the Tom Ford version. And then the last one we have is Extraordinary 1822, which is the duplicate for Effing Fabulous, which I also heard that people love. And I think it's just an iconic fragrance, even though the name not everyone loves. I don't really care, but okay, so let's do Noir de Noir. Ooh, this is different. Oh wow. I don't know what this is. This is like florally, but not. This reminds me like very French fragrance is what I'm getting like right away. I probably need some help with this one in describing it. I don't know what Noir de Noir is supposed to smell like. I don't know what notes are in there at all. This is good. I mean, it's a good, I mean, for like a somewhat floral but dark fragrance, it's pretty. It's really pretty, and I didn't expect that from Noir de Noir, you know, black. I'm thinking of a very dark fragrance, and it's not. It's nice. It's really surprising me. Very, I think this is more on the feminine side for sure. Of course, I think any perfume can go either way, but definitely I think women are gonna like this, tend to gravitate towards this one more. Black Extreme. It's really good. I wish I could describe it better. It's somewhat powdery, but not really. It seems like it has some florals in there, but they're the deeper, darker florals. And it feels more French. That's what I can say. I know, my descriptions are really helpful. There's something in there that smells really familiar. Don't know what it is, but I like it. I'm glad that I'm liking a lot of these, not every one, but a lot of them I'm having positive reactions to. Yeah, I think this is a good one. I mean, even if it's not like the original, I think it's a nice fragrance. So our last one we have is Effing Fabulous, or Extraordinary 1822. This fragrance, I mean, Effing Fabulous has been around for a while, so maybe you have tried the real thing and you know what notes are supposed to be in there, or supposedly in there. Alright. I don't know what's in this one either, but it's different. It has a certain sweetness to it, kind of oriental. It's got a lot of sweetness to it, but a sophistication as well, almost like a department store fragrance, or the way a department store would smell. I don't use that term for a lot of other fragrances. The only one I can think of is Le Labo Santal 33. I think that smells like a department store. This doesn't smell like that at all, but it reminds me of what a different department store would smell like. Yeah, I definitely don't like the initial smell as much, but the dry down smells better to me. This is nice. It's just very fruity and sweet. Not fruity. I don't know if there's fruit in here, but it smells very sweet, but not necessarily candy. It's nice. There's some complexity to it. It's not just straight up flowers. It's not just sweet. There's something else to it. It's nice. I like it. I'm glad I like most of these. Only a couple I'm not really a fan of. Alright. I don't know if it's just there's a lot of alcohol in that first sniff, but yeah, I like the dry down. Definitely more of a feminine one. I could see this also like a date night. If you want this to be your signature scent, of course you can wear it at any time. I know this kind of has that reputation, I think, for being a signature scent. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that one. I like it. I just don't know what's in it. I don't know what I'm smelling. Noir de Noir was more French smelling to me, and effing fabulous. Just very different. Okay, now that I've confused myself, that's it. That's the 7 that I purchased. Yeah, I'm glad I like a lot of them. The 2 that I'm not impressed with is the Mandarino de Amalfi dupe, which is Italian fruit 1134. This smells like soap and citrus, not in a good way. Yeah, it just seems very simple. And then the Astray fruit, the Lost Cherry. This is 1947. Has this kind of deeper sort of amber color, which is different than the rest that I have. This smells like artificial cherry extract, or a cherry almond scent that you can get in a lot of different lotions, shampoos. It's just not sophisticated and not like a deep, sexy, dark cherry that I was hoping for. It's very cherry-like, and dries down to more almond. So I'm not a fan of that. But the other ones, oh, and then also I probably not as great is the Oud Wood, the Agar Gold SV, stronger version. Maybe the non-stronger version is better, I don't know. But this doesn't really, I know these aren't going to perfectly match, but this doesn't quite hit the mark that Oud Wood does. It smelled a bit more like dirt. It wasn't a terrible fragrance. I say this is probably the better of the than Italian fruit and Astray fruit. It's better than those, but I don't think it's quite beats Oud Wood or matches it in the most positive ways. Yeah, just a more dirt smelling fragrance. So 3 I didn't like so much, but the other 4 that I really liked are Fruit Nippon, which is Plum Japonais. Really enjoyed this one. Oud Minerale, which I was skeptical about liking. This is Wood Substance 1810. I really like. Black Extreme 645, or Noir de Noir. Really nice. And then last but not least, we have Extraordinary 1822, or Effing Fabulous. Those are all really good. I think they have more of a complexity to them, and you have a good mix of masculine, with this one definitely more masculine, and these are a bit more feminine, although I think Plum Japonais you could get away with if you're a male, but Noir de Noir and fucking effing fabulous a little more feminine. So maybe I don't like as many masculine scents as I thought I did. I don't know. Anyways, that's sort of my novice, you know, consumer review of the Perfume Parlour duplicate fragrances. I think for the most part they're really good quality. I don't have the nose that can tell you, oh yeah, these are all fake artificial fragrances. There's no like real raw materials in any of these. I can't tell you that. I'm sure from the price a lot of this is artificial cheap ingredients, but I don't think that matters to a lot of people as long as the scent sticks around and it smells good. So I can't really speak to whether or not these stick around or not. I will have to let you know, and if you want to know any in particular that stick around, please let me know and I can test them out and give you a comment. The one that I really like that I have in my collection is Tobacco Vanilla, and probably because it smells like food. Not that I love food fragrances, I'm actually not a fan, probably why I didn't like cherry, but it's sweet, it's vanilla, but it's also boozy and bourbony and darker and richer, and I feel like I'm in the winter in like a dark room with a fireplace going. It's so nice. I love the scent. I should get the duplicate for that and see how it compares, but I'm afraid. So yeah, I think with this product range, Perfume Parlour, I appreciate what they're doing. I know that a lot of companies that make their own perfumes don't appreciate companies that do this, that try to copy their fragrances. But you know, people do it, and at least they're kind of outright telling you like, hey, we're trying to be like this, but we're gonna be our own thing. We're gonna name it something different. We're not gonna copy the bottle. We're not gonna counterfeit, you know, sell counterfeit like fake stuff that isn't the real thing. They're being upfront about it. They're telling you like, hey, this is similar. If you like this, you'll like this. You know, their costs are low, which makes sense. You know, they're not trying to make tons of money by faking a product. So I think they have their place. Whether or not you want to buy from them is totally up to you. Please don't hate me for buying this stuff. It's just, I think fragrance should be more available to everyone. And I know the cost of that to make them is very high, but some of that is packaging. Some of that is sometimes they use ingredients that aren't that expensive and they charge a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have a better description of any of these fragrances, like the real thing, or if you've tried Perfume Parlour, let me know. Please let me know what you think Noir de Noir smells like and what Effing Fabulous smells like, because I don't have great descriptors for those, but yeah, let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.